Have you ever wondered why certain men stay in a woman's heart long after they've left the room, while others vanish from memory within days? It's not about charm, not about how much you spoil her, and it's definitely not about being the guy who replies in 5 seconds flat. Here's the quiet truth that changed my life, especially once I hit my 50s. It's not what you give her that leaves a mark. It's the space you allow her to feel your absence. Think about it. A man who's always around, always available, always saying yes. He becomes part of the background, predictable, safe. Yes, but not magnetic, but a man who shows up with presence and then disappears just long enough to stir her thoughts. That's the man she thinks about when the room goes quiet. And listen, this isn't about playing cold or distant. It's about creating contrast. It's about knowing that women don't fall for noise. They fall for energy, for intrigue, for a presence that lingers after you've gone. So if you're a man over 50 and you're tired of guessing, tired of trying harder and getting less, hit that subscribe button right now, because I'm going to help you understand women in a way that's calm, clear, and built for where you are in life. Now let's dig into the first powerful mindset shift, because doing more isn't the answer. In fact, sometimes less is exactly what makes her crave more. Tip 1. Give her access. Then vanish so you've made the connection. She gave you her number, maybe followed you on Facebook, or even replied to your message on Instagram. Great start. But here's where most men make a critical mistake. They rush in, constant texts, constant good mornings, and before you know it, she tunes out. Now I know it feels counterintuitive, but here's where the magic lies. Don't reach out, at least not right away. This isn't about ghosting or mind games. It's about giving her mind space to miss you. See, when a man suddenly goes quiet, something fascinating happens in the female brain. It fills in the gaps. She starts wondering, replaying the last moment you shared, asking herself, why hasn't he messaged me yet? That wondering, that's where emotional attachment begins, not in the talking but in the absence, in the pause, in the space you leave for her imagination to work. So go quiet, but with purpose. Let your silence speak louder than any text could. Let her check her phone. Let her scroll through your last message. You've now done something most men can't. You've made her start missing you without even trying. And while she's checking for you, here's how you make her curiosity turn into real emotional pull. Let's move to tip 2. Stay quiet on social media, but be seen. Here's a secret most men over 50 overlook. Social media is today's emotional radar. She's not just scrolling, she's observing, watching who notices, who reacts, who lingers, and, believe me, if she's even slightly interested in you, she's watching to see how you respond. That's where your advantage lies. Most guys jump in, liking every selfie, dropping heart emojis, watching every story the second it's posted. It's innocent, sure, but to her, it screams availability, predictability, boredom. She knows you're there, and more importantly, she knows you're waiting. Don't be that guy. Instead, become the man she notices for his silence. Post your own life. A weekend fishing trip, a snapshot of your new classic car project, you flipping a steak on the grill with jazz playing in the background. Show her you're thriving. But don't touch her posts. Don't like, don't comment, and absolutely don't watch her stories, because when she sees you're active but not engaging with her, it does something powerful. It taps into her curiosity. Why isn't he watching? Who else is he seeing? That little ache of wondering. It plants the seeds of desire, and once that seed is planted, it's time to add another layer of mystery. Let's move into tip 3. Make her compete with your life. Here's something most men don't realize until it's too late. A woman doesn't want to be your whole world. She wants to be part of a world that's already full. That's the difference between dependence and desire. When you've reached your 50s or 60s, maybe you've retired, the kids are grown, and suddenly you've got time on your hands. The instinct? Pour it all into her. Make her your focus, your schedule, your everything. But here's the kicker. That kind of attention feels more like pressure than passion. What pulls a woman in isn't the man who waits around for her call. It's the man who has things to do, the man with a life so rich and meaningful that her presence feels like an honor, not a rescue mission. So go build that life, start that painting class you always talked about, hit the trail on Saturday mornings with a walking group, grow tomatoes in your backyard, help a neighbor, volunteer at a shelter, fix up an old motorcycle. When she sees you choosing purpose over passivity, she begins to feel it. You don't need her, you're choosing her. That's when she starts leaning in, wanting to be part of that full, satisfying life, ready to make an even deeper impression. Tip 4 is where it starts to get personal. Be the man who teaches her something new. There's something unforgettable about a man who helps a woman see the world a little differently. Not with flashy gifts or smooth talk, but with subtle wisdom that sticks. If you want to live in her memory, become the man who helps her grow. It doesn't take much. Maybe you show her how to plant herbs on her windowsill. Maybe you teach her how to season a cast iron skillet, or recommend a documentary that opens up a deep conversation. You're not trying to show off. You're offering value, and that's powerful, because when you help her experience something new, something enriching, you become woven into the discovery. That rose she planted, that salmon she now cooks to perfection, that quote from the book you gave her, they all carry your fingerprints. And here's the beautiful part. Long after you've left her presence, those little things keep showing up. A familiar scent, a taste, a thought, and just like that, you're back in her mind without even trying. This isn't about proving how smart you are. It's about connecting in a way that feels meaningful and lasting. And once you've left that mark, the next move is knowing how to balance presence and absence. Let's talk about that in tip 5. Be present when you're there. Disappear when you're not. Here's the mistake too many good men make. They try to stay in her life by always being available. A good morning text here, a little heart emoji there, checking in just to say hi. But connection isn't built through constant digital noise. It's built through intentional presence and meaningful absence. When you're with her, don't just be physically there. Be emotionally locked in. Put the phone down. Look into her eyes when she speaks. Smile when she laughs. Touch her hand when she's sharing something vulnerable. These are the moments she stores away. These are the feelings she'll miss. But then, you have to disappear. Not in a cruel or distant way, but in a grounded, peaceful way. Let her sit with the memory of your energy. Don't follow it up with endless check-ins or late night just thinking of you messages. Let her feel the space you've left behind, because it's that contrast, the warmth of your attention followed by the stillness of your absence, that creates longing. That's what makes her realize, I felt something real when he was with me. I want that again. And just when she starts to lean in, it's time to show her what kind of man she's truly dealing with. Let's move into tip 6, embrace the power of walking away. This one isn't easy, especially when your heart's on the line, but it's also the most defining trait of a confident man. The ability to walk away without fear. It's not cold, it's not detached, it's strength. See, when a man clings too tightly, when he's afraid of losing her, it shows in his voice, in his texts, in his energy. And women, whether they realize it or not, can feel that fear, and fear doesn't attract, it repels. The moment you release that grip, the moment you say, if it works, great. If it doesn't, I'll be just fine. You shift the power, not in a controlling way, but in a grounded masculine way. You stop acting from need and start acting from choice. Say it with your actions. Say it with calm words like, I've started over before. I can do it again. If something ends, I know how to rebuild. This energy tells her you're not staying because you can't let go. You're staying because she matters to you, and that changes everything, because women are deeply drawn to men who stand firm, who live with purpose, who know their worth. And when she sees that you're willing to walk away, she'll start to wonder what she'd lose if you did. Let's bring it all together in tip 7. Don't let her flip the script when she starts missing you, when she feels that pull and starts inching closer. That's when you need to stay grounded. Because here's what often happens, especially with emotionally intelligent women. They test, sometimes without even realizing it. They'll create a little distance just to see what you'll do. Will you chase her? Will you panic and try to win her back with attention? Or will you hold steady and let her come to you? This is where many good men fall off track. The moment she pulls back, they overcorrect. More texts, more reassurances, more proving their worth. And just like that, the balance shifts, and you've lost the mystery, the confidence, the edge that made her miss you in the first place. Here's the truth. You can be loving without being a pushover. You can be thoughtful without begging for her attention. The key is to never trade your self-respect to hold her interest. You're not chasing applause. You're not another man waiting in line. You're the one she keeps thinking about at night because your energy is calm, firm and rare. When she feels that strength, that emotional backbone, she doesn't want to test you anymore. She wants to be close. Now let's wrap it all up with the one mindset shift that ties all of this together. Before we end, here's the tip that changed my life. I told you I'd share the one truth that shifted everything for me, and here it is. A woman doesn't miss your presence. She misses how she felt in your presence. Let that sink in. It's not your good looks, your money, or even your words she'll remember most. It's the feeling you brought into her life. Did she feel calm around you? Did she feel seen, valued, and safe? That's the part that lingers. So your real job isn't to impress her, it's to become the kind of man who makes her feel better just by being near. Someone who carries peace, purpose, and quiet strength. Not chasing, not proving, just being. Be the man who smiles more, who listens without judgment, who knows how to enjoy silence, because when you become that man, authentic, grounded, present, she'll feel it long after you've gone. And that feeling, that's what she'll miss. That's what will keep you on her mind for days, for weeks, maybe even for the rest of her life. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever stepped back and let silence do the work? Have you ever given a woman space and watched her slowly come back to you? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one, and I'd love to hear your story. Because the truth is, if you're a man over 50, you're not alone in this. You're not the only one trying to understand how women think, feel, and connect, especially at this stage in life. And the good news? You're in the right place. Every week on this channel, I break down female psychology in a way that's simple, real, and tailored for grown men who've been through life, love, and loss. Whether you're divorced, dating again, or just want to be better in your current relationship, this space is for you. So if this message spoke to you, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and turn on the bell so you never miss a new insight. We're building a community of wise, grounded men who support each other, and I'd love for you to be part of it. And remember this, brother, you're not too old, you're not too late. You just need the right mindset and a little guidance. You are still a man worth missing. Let's help her feel that. I'm with you. Let's grow together.